Hello, good morning, good morning. How you doing? Good morning. I said last week that we're going to come uh to you at 2 o'clock. I want to say I'm sorry that we're coming to you late. We're supposed to come sort of be on at 2 o'clock, but we've been having some technical issues. So we are here at this time. I hope that you guys. I want to say a big sorry that we didn't come to you the time we really wanted to come. But we are here, and we're going to do the best we can to we will do the best we can to bring our program as we wanted to. Um, Today is Thursday, and we're coming to you with our program, Community Thursday. As we said last week, every Thursday we'll come to you with Community Thursday, where we discuss issues that are happening within our community, the Liberian community, the African community, and every community organization that we possibly can. But we want to focus basically on African community and things that are happening within those communities. Last week, we talked about the Library Association of Pennsylvania, the crisis that were in Library, that is in the Library Association of Pennsylvania. And we make our suggestions on the issues, and we are not afraid to speak our mind. Today, we are going to be discussing Republic County Association in Americas. Republic County Association in Americas, RIGCAA or RICAA, was established in 2000 or 2001 in Maryland, the state of Maryland, to help its people back home. And just to historicize a little bit, the people of Republic County, before they became county, they were part of Grand Judy, Lower Grand Judy County. And in 2000, the county declared county status. So Republic County is one of the newest counties in Liberia. And as I always say, Republic County is the poorest county in the poorest country in the world. So if you are the poorest county in the poorest country in the world, you're not going to have anything. I know some of my brothers and sisters are going to get angry at me. But today we want to focus on the Republic County Association in Americas. The current president of the organization is Asset Tool. He's the national president, and the vice president is Bush Tate. These guys are doing a tremendous job. But before I go far, I just want to say congratulations to Paul Hassan. Paul Hassan is the president of the Gentleman Club of Pennsylvania. I think last Saturday they have their inauguration. I want to say a big thank you to the members of that club. Those guys are doing great. They have been undertaking a lot of projects. I'm impressed with what they are doing. And I hope the Library Association can learn from these guys, things they are doing, undertaking projects. The Library Association is supposed to be the mother organization of these organizations in Pennsylvania. And they are doing well, like the Gentleman Club of Pennsylvania, and they are doing well, doing some great things. And that's why we hope that the Library Association can understand that the leadership crisis, which are being manufactured by the present president, should be over. Jerry and Beatrice should take office and start to do things. Make the members start paying due, expanding Library Association outside the confines of Southwest Philly, expanding Library Association throughout the state, doing great things in the state of Pennsylvania. So I want to say a big thank you to, congratulations to Paul Hassan for his elections as the president of the Gentleman Club and his inauguration. Today we want to focus on Republic County Associations in America. That's what we want to focus on today. Republic County Association in America was founded in 2001. And the organization is doing a lot of great things. The organization is building a library. The organization has an e-library. so that before the library can be completed, the case in RIGCAA County can start accessing any books that are in the book collection in the e-library. That's a remarkable achievement. Remarkable achievement that the county organization has, undertaken. That's all I went to school in the United States and other advanced countries. We know that you don't have to go to a physical library to access books. You can access books right from your living room. And this is the same thing RIGCAA County Association in America has done for the case for the children of RIGCAA County, where they are able to access books right on their phone. The e-library, I think, is Dr. V, who has undertaken that project, for the people of RIGCAA County. So our children now can access the books right on their phones. But I also want to focus on the organization efforts that they have been doing. They are sending a 40-foot container to the county, 40-foot container with books, 22,000 books. They're sending it to the county. The books will be arriving in Liberia by the end of this month, and they'll transport the books from Monrovia to RIGCAA to distribute the books to schools, and the remaining books will go to the library in Fishtown. I'm actually our friends from Liberia. When we have these community organizations, it's not just because you're not from RIGCAA County when they're doing something you can't contribute. Not because you're not from Sando County and Sando County is doing something you can't contribute. Not because you're not from Bapolu and Bapolu people are doing something you can't contribute. Or not because you're not from Maryland and when Maryland County is doing something you can't contribute. We are all Liberians. We are all Liberians. Anything that affects people of RIGCAA County, especially no books, the county is one of the least developed counties in Liberia. Liberia, all the counties in Liberia are least developed anyway. Let me say that. They are least developed anyway. So when you're talking about the least developed county in a least developed country, yeah, you should know the kind of problem RIGCAA County is having. But here's the thing here. I don't know what metrics the government uses to grant county status. But in my own mind, in my own thinking, that if you want to grant county status, which of course we did to RIGCAA County, you should have the basic infrastructure in place. Have public power, have clean drinking water. I'm not saying just in Fishtown, I'm saying across RIGCAA County. I'm saying have public power. I'm not saying in Fishtown. I'm saying in RIGCAA County. And where is RIGCAA County? RIGCAA County is 10 districts, 10 administrative districts. RIGCAA County is 10 administrative districts, not just one place. RIGCAA County is 10 administrative districts. So if you establish a county, you should make sure that all of these districts are taken care of. All of these districts have all of the basic services they need. Clean drinking water, public power, library, post offices across the country or across the county. Good road network connecting Chilepo to Podupo, to Glaro, to Hinembo. All over the county, you should have good road network connecting the county. If you don't have these basic services there, then why did you give a county status? As a result, taking care of the county, or doing most of the things in the county falls on the children who are from RIGCAA in the United States, or few of the children who are from RIGCAA in the United States. The library project that we're talking about, I was talking about library the other time. Somebody told me there's a government assistant government official or something told me that you guys are focused on something else. I don't even know what you're talking about. If we don't know what we're talking about, do you have public power in RIGCAA County? If we don't know what we're talking about, do you have a public library in RIGCAA County? If you say we don't really know what we're talking about, do you have good road network connecting all of our districts? If you actually say we don't know, do you have 15 teachers? Do you have qualified teachers? I'm not trying to condemn our brothers and sisters who are really doing their best to cater to the educational needs of our county. Do you have teachers in all of our districts for our schools? Are the schools well taken care of? Are the teachers paid enough? If you say we don't know what we're talking about. So when we're trying to talk about the issues in our county, the issues that we are trying to address as citizens from Republic County living in the United States, few of us trying to do, you should sit in your corner and start criticizing the effort that we are putting forward. Because we're not lying. If you say we are making up stories, show us before G County. Let me show you Fishtown. Let me show you Fishtown. This is Fishtown in Republic County. This is the capital city of Republic County. Those who say we are lying, let us show us the paved roads that are in the city of Fishtown. Before I will talk about places like Hinembo, I will talk to people like Ketiepo and Kilipo, Chelepo, Tiempo, Glaro. Let the person show me and say, oh, you guys, sit down in the States and because you don't know what we're talking about, we agree, you guys making effort. Equally, so we are making effort like the way the government of Liberia is doing. Those are all in the diaspora are spending a lot of money to do a lot of things in Liberia and in River G County, just as the Liberian government is doing. If you look at the money that Liberians in the United States are sending back to Liberia, even maybe for their family or for other projects in Liberia, maybe it matches or maybe 50% less than what the Liberian government is doing. So when we're talking about issues in Liberia, people should understand why we're saying that to criticize us, say, oh man, you guys sit down in the States, you guys are in that place, you're drinking cold water, you're living, life, driving on good roads, you just want to, we are not satisfied with the situation in Liberia. Let me not get distracted. We are talking about Republic County Association in America and the projects it's undertaking. The county organization is undertaking a library project. You're undertaking a library project. You're undertaking a library project. That's the library over there. It has gone far. 22,000 books and other educational materials are on the way to the county. It will be in Liberia by the end of this month, and they'll be transporting those books to River G County to distribute those books to schools in the county. Great undertaking. Great undertaking. If nobody can praise you for doing such a thing, we will praise you. We'll say, you're doing well. You're doing well. And besides that, as I already said, the Republic County Association in America under Azeto and Bush Tati, the organization has an e-library with Dr. V. I don't know Dr. V full name. Dr. V, he has an e-library project that Republic County now has its own e-library that the children in Republic County can access books online. The books are in that collection. They can access the books and read modern books online. We hope that they can get more data and stuff like that so they can get more. And also the organization has sent 10 computers and generator down to the county. So when people think that we don't have a stake in our county because we're in the United States, then they need to think again. Because we ourselves are doing the little we can to improve the lives of our people in Liberia. To improve the lives of our people in Liberia. You are watching the Delmarva Point of View on YouTube. As we said, every Thursday we'll come here with what we call Community Thursday. We discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly. Or last week we discussed the bad. We discussed the bad, the crisis in the Liberia Association of Pennsylvania. We discussed the crisis in the Liberia Association of Pennsylvania, where some people in power, they don't want to leave. We discussed it. We discussed that the legal people who are the leaders of Liberia Association of Pennsylvania, because the constitutional term of the pressing group was over in 2019. The legal people now, Jerry and B. Swan. We said we state our position and would continue to state our position that the present government that should be leading the county, that's the Liberian Association of Pennsylvania, Jerry and Beatrice Swan. We state that position, we'll continue to state it. People who close to the present president should tell him to give up. There's something that Martin Luther King said. I know we all focus on I have a dream speech, but he said something remarkable also. He says silence, long silence. Long silence on an issue. It's a betrayal. So those that are close to the present president who doesn't want to give up power should tell him to give up power to Jerry and Beatrice Swan to transition. Those are some of the ugly we talk about in our community organization. To transition, to get the community ready for election 2 years from now. The Liberian Association is not ready for elections come April. Not ready for elections. So those were some of the uglies we discussed, but some of the good we're discussing now in Liberian Association, let's say our community, we're discussing about the Liberian organizations on Community Thursday, is RIGCAA County Association efforts to build a public library for its people. To build a public library for its people. The organization under IJ and Bush started sending 22,000 books. They have done a lot of great things back in Liberia. And one of the good things they have done that I'm so proud about, I know a lot of people get problem with it. One of the good things that the organization has done that I'm so proud about is this. They have established a branch of the organization in Liberia, a legal NGO, registered legal NGO in Liberia. So when the organization wants to build want to purchase farmland, maybe want to make a palm farm, which of course we're taking in that direction. We want to make maybe rubber farm, want to acquire farmland. We can do it. We can acquire those things legally. Honor the organization's name, not honor individual name. When the individual gets angry, they say, "I'm taking these things," and he puts it in his or her own name. No, a legal entity that can put those materials or those projects or those programs in the organization's name. That's a great achievement. And I want to say a big thank you to IZ and Bush started for doing that. I know the people will criticize me. If you're in an organization, people will always criticize you, but always do the right thing too. People will criticize, but do the right thing. If you do the right thing, you are never ashamed of criticism, because the right thing will always come up. People will always realize, say, oh yeah, is that true? They did the right thing. They did the right thing. But everything is not milk and honey within RIGCAA County Association in America. Every organization, just like marriages and family, every other organization has its own problem. I want to use our community podcast to call on people to unite. We are not many. Even if we are many, there are very few people who can who participate in things that we do. If you have a reservation with the current leadership or the leadership in the past, bring it forward and we can discuss it. But this thing is becoming a normal thing in Liberian organizations. Breakaway. Breakaway. A normal thing in Liberian organizations. For me, that's why I keep my hair white. I was showing one of my pictures to somebody, and the president said, "Oh, the picture where you were young over here that time." I said, "No." He said, "Why?" He said, "I was young." He said, "Because your hair was black." I said, "Yeah, because I dyed my hair." I started getting gray hair since I was 38. So I started dyeing, but then I guess I want to stop dyeing my hair. When you are up in age, you tell people the truth. You be respectful, but tell them the truth. And that's one thing I learned. A student of public administration who do many administrative work, be bold with people, tell them the truth, but be respectful of them. Leader, the only thing you have to protect as a leader is your character. Tell people the truth. Don't lie to them. If you tell somebody you call them back, call them back. If you tell somebody I'll be there at 12 and you can't be there at 12, call them not be there at 12. Be respectful of people. I'm saying this to say Republic County, like every organization, has problem, internal infighting. But if you have differences with the leadership, call them. Express it. If they don't agree with, it's not because you express your reservation, people will agree with you. People might not agree with you, but they understand where you stand. They understand where you stand. There's a former president of Republic County Association of Americans, myself were talking about something the other time. And she asked me, Conway, if you were the one, how are you going to handle this situation? So, Madam President, with all due respect, I would not have did it the way you did it. We have fundamental differences. But that didn't make me to walk away from the organization. I'm part of the organization that Isaac is the president of. Isaac's term will be over and he will leave. Another person will come. I'm part of the organization. I'm not part of Isaac. Or I was not part of Wilson Mobile, Alice Wilson Mobile. Or I was not part of George Nambwe. These are past presidents. Or Quitty. I'm part of Republic County Association in America. If there are problems within the organization, I speak on the problems. And when they get a position, the position I respect it. But they also should know where I stand on the issue and I stay within the organization. When I'm tired, I will lay back. I'm not going to be a breakaway. I'm not going to be a breakaway. No. That's not how we lead organizations. And this is becoming the part of labor associations across the United States of America. Breakaway. You go to every labor organization, almost every labor organization. Grand Junction County Association, breakaway. Nimba County Association, breakaway. Buruaji County Association, breakaway. Sano Association, or I don't know, Sano Association. Basel Association, breakaway. Everywhere people are breaking away. We are not cutting our own strength. We, by this kind of behaviors, we are undercutting our own strengths. The reason I said I overly said it, that all the organizations you say that these people, oh, they get a lot of members. But few members are there through takes and things. Just few members are there through takes and things. So what we want to give ammunitions to people who don't already want to contribute to what we're doing by these senseless divisions. Senseless divisions. Because you don't like me, I'm part of your organization, you're going to form your own organization. But let me tell you this much, right? People that form their own organization soon come to realize that you call meeting, you'll be on the phone all by yourself. All the people will say, yeah, we for you. Oh, we for you. We're in it together. You call them, oh, they can't even pick up the phones. They can't even pay meeting dues. They don't even participate in programs. They don't buy food when you do cookouts. They now become to feed the same problems. The same problems that the organization they're trying to break away from, the same problems become to surface to the new place they go. Some now worse because they are by themselves. Because we are by themselves. Republic County Association in America is our focus today on Community Thursday. Community Thursday is where we discuss the good and bad, ugly in our community. Last week, we focused on some of the bad in our community. This week, we are focusing on some of the good in the Liberian African community. Republic County Association in America, is one of the community organizations that is doing a lot of good things in the county, and we are focusing on this county and the library project they are undertaking. The county is undertaking a library project, or the people, the children from River G are undertaking a library project. The Senate 44 continue down to help the children of River G County. When the boats get to River G, they're going to distribute the books to schools. They got the books through an organization called Books for Africa. Books for Africa, help the organization. The organization had to pay some money. You got to do other things. But if you're interested in how the organization got the books and stuff like that, contact Azito. Contact me. I can give you Azito. Azito is the president of Virginia County Association in America. In America, so you can contact me. I can give you Az's information, and you see how Azzy went about getting those books and other things that you want to get for the county. So you guys can share information, and you can see how Azzy got the books, to serve the people of Virginia. These things, these projects we're not taking building library, taking books to our county. These are things that the Liberian government is supposed to do. These are things that the Liberian government is supposed to do. If you establish the county, you got to make sure the basic services are there. The basic services are provided. Good road network. Clean drinking water throughout the county. I'm not saying Fishtown, because Liberia is only one city. The same way as Monrovia. Everything is Monrovia. We want clean drinking water in River G. We want public power in River G. We want good road network in River G. We want job opportunities for our children in River G. We want a community college in River G. And my advice to the leadership too, I know you guys are doing all the great things. I know you guys are doing all the remarkable things to help your people since 2000. The organization has been helping the people of River G County. Sending children to school, nursing school, when they graduate, for them to go back to the county. Giving scholarship to children at the University of Liberia, to Countytown, and other learning institutions. Helping people who are in need during time of crisis. When they have unfortunate situation of death of other people, permanent people from River G County. The children in the United States of America, under the umbrella of RIGCAA, not all the children. I want to make that point clear. Not all the children. The children from River G County, under the umbrella of River G County Association in America, have been providing assistance to the people. They have contributed good amount of money to their county, and they will continue to do that. The Community Thursday is a good program we have started. And also on Friday, which is tomorrow, we'll do Politics Fridays. Politics Fridays is where we discuss politics around Africa and the world. This channel is a community-based channel. We want to grow it. So anywhere you watching us, you're interested in being part of it, text on the number below, and we can invite you on this on our channel to discuss your organization and some of the things you are doing. I think I show you how the college said the inauguration of Paul Hassan. For Gentleman Club, I already said you guys are doing a lot of great things back in Liberia. Basically, they are doing a great thing for themselves, for the people, the members here. And I saw them doing some other projects in Liberia. These guys are doing great things. A lot of Liberia organizations are doing great things. We want you guys to come to inform us, inform the larger Liberia community about things you are doing, so that we can share ideas. Share ideas with one another. As I said, if you want to know how we got the 22,000 books through Books for Africa, contact how we, River G County Association Americas, got the 22,000 books that is shipping to Liberia. Contact Isaac Told, the national president of River G County. He can show you, he can tell you how they went about it. And if that's something you can do, you can also do it. And if you want to also know how he established our NGO for River G County Association in America's Liberia office, you can contact him. We got to share ideas. That's why we get Community Thursday. Community Thursday, to share information, with each other about things that good things that we are doing in our community here in the United States and back home. Here in the United States and back home. And I want to focus on another thing, a membership. Membership to this organization. Every organization, just like churches, membership is declining. And so the few members we have, we should not try to drive them away. When I say we should not try to drive them away, we should not try to drive them away with these little divisions on ourselves. And also, we got to try to bring our sectional organization. I'm part of United Association in the Americas. My dad is from Puduken in River County. I was born in Cleveland, Maryland County. And that's why when I tell my wife I'm from River G, she said, "No, you're not from River G. You're from Firestone." I said, "No, that's from River G because that's where my dad is from." She said, "Yeah, but that's where your dad is from, but that's not where you're from because that's not where you're born." I said, "That's not what we do. We come from where our fathers come from. In our tradition, we come from where our fathers come from, not where we are born." But I'm not trying to say that, I'm not a part, of Maryland. I'm grateful to Maryland too. But the point I try to make on this issue is, with all the little organizations we have in River County, we got to try to be part of our bigger organization. We got to bring our members under the bigger umbrella. By doing that, we strengthen ourselves. What do I mean? If United can bring his people, Bwepo can bring his people. Don't making the members just loyal to Bwepo. Don't making the members just loyal to United Association. Don't making the member just loyal to Tiempo Association. Not making your member only loyal to Glaro Association. Bringing them under the bigger tank. Because we are all River G. Before you get to Glaro, you have to pass through all of River G town to get to Glaro. Before you get to Puduken from Maryland County, you have to pass through all of River G town to get to Puduken. So we all part of River G County. So let us bring our different sections, increase our strength. So my daughter boyfriend gave a good analogy. I know we always say that, together we stand divided for, but he used a good analogy. The broomstick. All of the sticks are separate, but we bring all of them together. We put them together. And then we use a rope and tie all of those sticks together. The rope is playing a very important part, and all the other groups are playing a part. All of them stick together to make the broom to be able to sweep. That's how we are. So why are you part of the United Association? Be part of the Republic Association in Americas. And even when we're doing something, the library project we're undertaking, right? Talk to friends. Talk to your friends and say, "Look, Makana is undertaking this project. Try to help us." And your good friend will do something for you. A good friend will do something for you. If that's $10, he will give it to you to help your county build the first ever public library in the county. The first ever public library in the county. Talk to your friend. We have the 22,000 boats going to Liberia. They might be arriving this month, the end of this month. We will need some money to collect it. We're calling all of our members, friends in River G County. Go to the website and see what the organization is doing. That's the website over there. Type in River G County Association in Americas, and you'll see all of the great things the organization is doing. And even by you being on the website, there's a library over there. Even by you being on the website, you'll be impressed with what the organization is doing. The website is impressive. I know how to put things on website too. I was impressed with the kind of a job the guys do, on the website. The work they do to keep putting information on the website. People say, "Can't we build a website for me?" I said, building one website is one thing. Building a website is one thing. But putting content on the website regularly is the most important thing. So if you want to build a website, you got to think of how you're going to put content. I'm very impressed with these guys, River County Association in the Americas, what they're doing. And we want to learn about other organizations on Community Thursday. If your organization is doing anything that is good, come text me on the number below. You can come on the show and we talk about it. Let's use the Delmarva Point of View as the voice of our community, the Liberian and African community, and talk about everything in our community. Our community organizations are suffering because our members don't want to participate. And not just our community organizations, even churches, membership keep declining everywhere. So the few members we have, let's stick with them. Let's stick with the few members we have and encourage them instead of breaking this senseless division among ourselves that make no sense. When we all want to do the same thing, well, we can come together. We can come together to do the things that want to do to benefit our people. Why we have all these divisions? You know, as I already said, like real communities, organization want to break away, want to go their own way, but when they go their own way, they realize that the problems are everywhere. Problems are everywhere. And we in the United States should have good sense of how to deal with crisis. Because look at the Republican Party, right? I'm deviating a little bit. Look at the Republican Party, look at the Democratic Party. Look at blue dot Democrats, white dot Democrats, conservatives, all the kind of group, but they all within the party. Under the party structure, they rub arms, they argue within there, but it's still with the party. Why is this breakaway things is all about? You are watching the Delmarva Point of View on YouTube. The Delmarva Point of View is a community-based YouTube channel where we discuss issues affecting our community. We discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly. Last week, we talked about some of the issues in the Liberian community of Pennsylvania, where we still believe that the current president is not the president. Jerry is the president, and Beatrice Swain is the vice president. We discuss the issues, and we say it clearly. We hope the community can come together and do bigger things, undertake bigger projects, expand the organization outside of Southwest Philly, and get prepared for elections in the next 2 years. Well, today we are talking about the good of our RIGCAA County Association, some of the projects that they are undertaking. Sponsor children at the University of Liberia, sponsor children at the Thomas Nelson Institute in Monrovia, send children, children at the University of Liberia pay their school fees, and the sponsor children at the nursing school in Zwedru. And there are a lot of great things. And what I also said is they established a local NGO in Liberia under the same name. By that they can acquire properties and put the properties in their name, not in individual name. Whether when the individual get angry, they take it. They take the thing, the organization thing. Now, they establish a legal entity in Liberia, and they can still look for money here and run, and operate an NGO, undertake educational, programs, other programs in the county. Those are great things. We are a community organization. We get a lot of resources, him and other resources. Let us come together and share those information with one another. Let us help one another along the way. RIGCAA County Association is sending 44 container down. When the container get to RIGCAA, it got to be shipped. We're looking for money. So if you know a RIGCAA County citizen somewhere, talk to him. Say, look, your county is doing something. Join them. I know people have many of excuses why they can be part of the Liberian community organizations. People have a lot of reasons, and we understand the reasons. But whatsoever our reasons are, we got to stick together. We got to stick together as a community and solve our problem. And as I said, we have issues. And we can solve all these problems all by ourselves in RIGCAA County. There's no way. Yes, we can take books to RIGCAA County. Yes, we can establish a local NGO, and we look for money from overseas, to run our NGO and do things, educational and activities and sporting activities and other things in RIGCAA County. But we also have to pressurize our government to undertake projects in our county, create jobs for RIGCAA citizens, create jobs for, encourage companies to go to RIGCAA County and create jobs for our people, build roads to connect our county, provide educational materials, pay our teachers right, train qualified teachers to after the ones we already have, establish a community college for our kids, build post offices across our county. And when we say refugee county, we're not saying Fishtown. We say our county. We have, I think, 10 administrative districts in our county. We say take care of the county, not just Fishtown, but the county. You are watching Delmarva Point of View on YouTube. This is a community-based YouTube channel. We use it to talk about issues in our community. We talk about the bad, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And today we are talking about the good things that our organization is doing, Virginia County Association in America is doing. If you are watching us on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. We really want this channel to be the voice of our community. And let me just backtrack a little bit and say something. The idea to establish this YouTube channel came from two people. There was a guy they called Dr. Paul, Reverend Paul, in North Dakota, called me the other day and said, do you guys in Pennsylvania have a newspaper, a community newspaper? I said, no, we have a website and we try to establish one. He said, it's a good thing, you guys try to do it. Then Joe Wilson, my brother, my friend, my little brother, Joe Wilson, let me say that you were one of the guys that helped me and other guys come up with the idea of establishing this YouTube channel for our community. Well, Joe Wilson being the youth leader of Liberia Association of Pennsylvania, Joe Wilson suggested that we get a website, news website, for the youth and other people. This was some of the idea process. I said, no, we can do a YouTube. This is cheap. But we can reach thousands of people with our information. But we all have to come together and subscribe to the channel. We got to subscribe to the channel. That's a good thing. If we all subscribe to the channel, we bring issues from all Liberian and African communities. And we start getting, maybe we get 1,000 viewers, 1,000 subscribers and up. We start getting apps on this channel, and we can get, some revenue that we can use to train our people and buy, materials, equipment to run an effective YouTube channel. Would I pay our money, too much money for it? Let us subscribe to this channel. Make it the voice of our community. The voice of our community. You are watching Delmarva Point of View on YouTube, and today we are discussing Republic County Association in the Americas. The county, under the leadership of Isaac Toole and Bush Tati, they are undertaking a lot of good projects. They got an e-library for children in the county to access books online. They're also building a library which is almost at the finishing stages. They are as I already said, they are sending books. They are sending 22,000 books down to Liberia. The books will be arriving in Liberia by the end of the month, and they'll be shipping the books to Republic County to distribute it to schools. That's some of the things, some of the good things that are happening. We want you to come on our channel. Come on our channel. You will text me on 302-583-1701. So that if you want to come on the channel, you can come on the channel, and we can discuss some of the good things that are happening in your community. Next week will be coming out Community Thursday. I don't know the issues. I don't know the problems. I don't know the good things we'll be talking. Good things we'll be talking about next week. But we'll be coming up on Community Thursday to talk about some of the good things that are happening in our community. If you are from Republic County, I encourage you to be a member of Republic County Association in America. Talk to your brothers and sisters to be a part of the organization. The organization is doing a lot of great things. Be a part of history. Join the organization. Join your chapter. Pay your meeting dues to the organization. And together we can do great things. You are watching Delmarva Point of View. I will talk to you tomorrow on Politics Thursday and Politics Friday. Politics Friday is where we discuss politics from around the continent. And tomorrow we'll be discussing Politics Friday. We don't know what the issues are. But surely I know we'll talk about something on Russia. And we'll talk about some issues from across the continent. We'll talk about China. And we'll talk about some other issues around the continent. We'll also talk about the African Cup of Nations that just ended. So anywhere you are tomorrow, try to join us on Politics Friday. And next week you can join us on Community Thursday. You are watching Delmarva Point of View. My name is Pico Conway. I will talk to you next week. Have a very blessed day. Talk to you. Subscribe to our channel. Subscribe. Have a blessed day. Talk to you.